This isn't a metaphor. Something in your future has already shifted, and you're beginning to feel it now. Your alignment isn't something you're waiting for. It's already unfolding. This isn't a promise or a prediction. It's a quiet statement of energetic truth. The breakthrough you've been hopping for, working toward and longing for, isn't somewhere on the horizon. It's here. It's already in motion. The signal has been sent. This moment, this video, these words, is simply how it reaches you. Retrocausality, the idea that the future can influence the past, isn't just a theory in physics. It's a reminder that time isn't always as linear as it feels. Your future self, the one who is whole, expressed, and grounded in their highest potential, isn't distant or silent. It's offering a gentle echo, a subtle reassurance, a soft glow sent backward through time, to meet you right here. In the next hour, you won't just hear about this shift. You'll begin to feel it, in a quieter, more natural way. You'll gain clarity about the signs you've been noticing, the ones you may have misunderstood or brushed aside, and you'll be guided through a simple, steady process for aligning with the reality that's already taking shape for you. From the moment this transmission concludes, the space between who you are now and the version of you that's already blossoming will start to soften and narrow. The science of nonlinear time, what some physicists describe through the block universe model, suggests that past, present, and future coexist. All moments are happening at once. In that sense, your future self isn't far ahead or out of reach. It exists on a nearby frequency, a fully expressed version of your energy that is just as real as the body you're in right now. The tension you felt, the friction, the heaviness, comes from living right at the boundary between these two versions of your reality. That strain has been the source of your fatigue. And if we're honest, it has felt like an endless marathon, waiting for a sign, following synchronicities that didn't seem to lead anywhere, noticing angel numbers, and wondering why the miracles they hinted at didn't quite land in your life or your relationships. It's the feeling of being so close, right on the edge of change, yet somehow still stuck in place. You've done so much. You've healed, reflected, practiced, grown. You've shifted your energy, written the affirmations, created the vision boards. You've held the vision so clearly that you could practically taste the life you wanted. And yet you still woke up facing the same lingering anxieties and the same stubborn reality, feeling the gap between your inner knowing and your outer world. But none of that was failure. That exhaustion wasn't a sign that you were off track. It was part of the process. It was the buildup of tension before release, the gathering of energy before transformation, like the silent pressure beneath the earth before new land rises from the ocean. Every doubt, every moment of asking the universe for reassurance, every late-night plea for guidance was not a setback. It was you tuning yourself, clearing interference, preparing to receive something with far more clarity. If something in you feels drawn to this moment, if it feels meaningful that you've arrived here, simply acknowledge that feeling. Let that recognition be your quiet yes. This whole process can be seen through a simple metaphor, the quantum voicemail. Imagine that in the moment your future self stepped fully into peace, abundance, love, and wholeness, they paused. They turned their awareness back toward you and sent a message, not of longing or wishful thinking, but of reassurance. A message that simply says, "It's done. We made it." Everything you've walked through has shaped you in ways that truly mattered. And now, you can begin to relax the struggle. That message from your future self was sent instantly, beyond distance and time, but it had to move through the layers of your old beliefs and patterns to reach you. It traveled through the collective doubt around you, through the echoes of your own fears, through the stories that made you think things had to be difficult. For years, you've heard pieces of it, a sudden intuition, a dream that felt strangely vivid, a moment of calm that came out of nowhere. Those were fragments, softened and blurred by the noise. Your journey of healing was never about convincing the universe to speak louder. It was about clearing enough internal space to hear what was already being sent. You've been tuning your inner receiver, becoming the exact energetic point where the full message can finally come through. And that point is here. This moment, this space we're sharing, acts like a playback device. The static is beginning to ease. You might notice a subtle shift, a quieting in the room, a feeling of presence, a small change in the air. That is the connection forming. In that stillness, a voice begins to emerge. It feels familiar, yet steadier and clearer than the one you're used to hearing inside yourself. It's your own voice, but aligned with a certainty and peace you've been seeking for years. The message you've been sensing is finally coming through. By the time this transmission reaches its end, the question that's followed you, when will my shift happen, will start to lose its urgency. It may even feel like a question from a past version of you. Instead of searching for signs, you'll begin to feel like you are one. Instead of trying to manifest something distant, you'll sense yourself stepping into something already present. The longing will soften, and what remains is a quiet certainty. It's unfolding. To understand this more fully, it helps to gently widen your view of reality. You've been navigating life with a map that sees time as linear, a straight line from past to future. That map isn't wrong, it's just limited. The fuller picture is more like a vast landscape with many pathways. Imagine your life as a river. At every meaningful decision point, the river branches. One stream carries you forward, but the others continue on as well, each one a valid and real version of your story. This echoes the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which suggests that all possible outcomes continue to unfold in parallel. Think of it at every crossroads, when you turned left instead of right, when you accepted an opportunity or walked away, when you spoke up or stayed quiet. Another version of you continued along the other path. Some streams hold your deepest fears. Others hold your greatest potential. All of them exist, flowing at once. This idea isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's meant to open something in you. Because the future self sending you this message isn't imaginary. It's one of those versions of you, living in a stream where your peace, clarity, and success have already taken root. That self isn't far away. It exists in a parallel present on a nearby frequency. You didn't lose that possibility. You simply drifted down a different branch for a while. But rivers can bend toward each other. Streams can merge. The shift you've been feeling, the fatigue, the synchronicities, the subtle sense of pressure, has been the sign of convergence. Your timeline is curving toward that higher version of yourself. You're not chasing a future. You're approaching a meeting point that has been unfolding for a very long time. This wasn't accidental. It's part of a wider movement your soul set in motion long before this life began. Even in the moments when you felt lost or uncertain, you were still moving toward this meeting point, quietly, consistently, and with more grace than you realized. All the twists in your path, the detours, the rushes of intensity, the times you felt stuck or unable to move forward, were not signs that you were off track. They were subtle course corrections, guiding you quietly and consistently to this moment of convergence. Many people ask how to connect with their future self. The answer isn't found in a single technique. It's more like a structure, something that has always been present in potential, waiting for your energy to settle enough for it to reveal itself. We call this structure the future self-alignment bridge. This isn't just a poetic image. It's a way of understanding an inner connection between who you are today and the version of you that has already fully unfolded. Think of it as a subtle energetic pathway linking your current perspective with the clarity and wholeness of your future self. It rests on three key principles drawn from the language of quantum reality. First, coherence. The bridge is made of focused, steady awareness. It isn't fragile or uncertain. It becomes clearer every time you choose compassion, clarity, or trust. Each moment of choosing love over fear adds another layer of strength to this inner connection. Second, resonance. A bridge matters only if you walk across it. Resonance is the act of gently tuning yourself to the emotional frequency of your future self. That version of you broadcasts a steady, comforting signal: peace, gratitude, wholeness. When you cultivate these feelings in the present, even in small ways, you begin to align with that signal. You make the bridge feel real, authentic, and accessible. Third, non-local communication. This is the subtle magic of the process. Information doesn't travel across the bridge. It simply exists at both ends at once. The instant you align through resonance, you gain access to the insights and perspectives of your future self. It's similar to the way entangled particles reflect each other instantly, no matter how far apart they are. This bridge is your birthright. The only thing that ever obscured it was the old stories from your previous timeline, stories that may be beginning to loosen as you read these words. If you notice one of those persistent beliefs dissolving, acknowledge it gently and allow it to release. No judgment, just awareness. You've worked hard. You've used affirmations, vision boards, scripting, acting as if, tools that brought moments of clarity but often faded just as quickly, leaving you feeling worn out or disappointed. There was nothing wrong with those practices. They simply weren't designed to complete the task on their own. Think of it this way. Your future self has always been broadcasting a clear, high-frequency signal, something like a calm, steady 100.7 FM. A tone of completion, love, and grounded wholeness. But the nervous system you were using to listen was tuned like an old AM radio. Your affirmations were you calling the name of the FM station into the AM microphone, hoping it would tune itself to a frequency it wasn't yet able to receive. The belief was true, but the internal wiring wasn't aligned with it yet. Your vision boards were like placing a beautiful photo over the front of that AM radio. Inspiring, motivating, but when you turned it on, the same static played underneath because the deeper circuitry hadn't shifted. Even the practice of acting as if, powerful as it is, was often exhausting. It was like adjusting the dial by hand, millimeter by millimeter, trying to catch a signal the hardware wasn't built to pick up. You could hold that alignment for a while, but the moment you eased up, the dial would slide back, returning to old patterns that felt familiar, even if they weren't what you wanted. None of this was failure. It simply means you were working with tools designed for a different level of connection. Now you're beginning to upgrade the receiver itself, gently, steadily, so that the signal your future self has always been sending can finally be heard with clarity. Do you feel the truth in this? The problem was never your effort. It was never your desire. It was never your worthiness. The challenge wasn't a lack within you, it was simply that you were trying to change the station when what you truly needed was an upgraded receiver. This shift, the one you've been sensing, is not about finding a new technique or forcing something into place. It's the quiet arrival of a new kind of internal capacity, a new way of perceiving and receiving. This message, this moment, is part of that upgrade. It supports your system in tuning naturally to the higher, clearer frequency of your future self. And this leads to a softer but profound revelation. You are not trying to attract your future. You are remembering it. Let that settle in your body for a moment. So much of the spiritual world has been built on the idea of reaching for something outside yourself. Trying, striving, hopping to pull a desired reality closer. But even that framework creates a subtle feeling of separation, of something missing. We're leaving that paradigm behind. Your future self has already created the reality you long for. It exists, complete and whole. Your work now isn't to force it into being, but to remember it, like recalling a dream you once knew deeply. When you feel the memory of that fulfilled version of you, your present moment naturally begins to reorganize around it. Alignment becomes an act of gentle recognition, not effort. You don't have to carry the weight anymore. You don't have to figure it all out or push your way forward. You can finally exhale. Your only task now is to become a clear, open receiver for the guidance and memories of a future that is already real. This isn't passive. It's the most powerful, ease-filled state you can live from. You've been listening on an old frequency, doing your best with the tools you had, affirmations, vision boards, acting as if. None of that was wrong. It simply wasn't designed to change the deeper energetic circuitry of your nervous system. But here's the shift. You were never meant to be a passive receiver of the signal. The signal is you. Take a breath with that. The shift you've been waiting for is not an event outside you. It's the moment your present awareness becomes coherent with the awareness of your future self. This message isn't announcing that the shift is coming. It's part of the final frequency that completes the connection. And here is the gentle truth at the center of it all. You are not waiting for a bridge to appear. You are the bridge. Your consciousness right now is the architecture that spans the space between timelines. The effort, the striving, the waiting, those were simply you not recognizing your own nature. You thought you had to build something. In reality, you already are it. The only thing left is to accept that the shift has already happened. Feel the ground of your old reality adjust as that truth settles inside you. You are not someone preparing to cross into a better future. You are the meeting point of what was and what is becoming. Your future self isn't distant. It's a present intelligence you collaborate with. You inform it through your feelings and choices, and it guides you through intuition, synchronicity, and resonance. It's a partnership, not a prayer. And every challenge you've lived through wasn't a sign of failure. It was preparation. Each heartbreak, each moment of scarcity, each dark night was strengthening you, making you capable of holding the frequency of your highest timeline without collapsing under the weight of it. Not tests to pass, but ways your system learned to hold more light. Which leads to this final softening. You don't have to get there anymore. That old identity, the seeker, the waiter, the one almost but not yet, was sincere and brave. But it's time to gently set it down. That identity carries tension. It always looks forward, always strains. Feel the difference now. As a conduit, your shoulders lower, your breath deepens, your energy grounds and widens. There is no strain in this identity. You simply allow the current of your future self to move through you. You are the living connection between timelines. You are the bridge. And your presence is what stabilizes the new reality. The most powerful act now is to release the struggle, the pushing, the forcing, the constant self-fixing. This isn't giving up. It's trusting. It's opening the gates to a path that's already prepared for you. The battle was never real. The separation was never real. The shift was simply waiting for you to recognize what you already are. You stop feeding the old reality of struggle with your attention and your energy. You begin to unplug from the old habits of effort and tension. You allow yourself to receive the grace that has been waiting for you all along. You let yourself accept the win. It's already done. The work is complete, and now your being can finally begin to unfold. This isn't a theory. It's a recognition of a shift you've already been living. Your future self has been sending you hints and whispers for a long time, months, maybe even years. The signs have been there, but you may have misunderstood them. You've been looking for obvious spiritual signals, but the real evidence has been deeper, more structural, and often more confusing. These are what I call quantum echoes, moments where your future timeline quietly bleeds into your present. They often arrive disguised as challenges, disruptions, or unexpected changes. Now it's time to decode them. The first echo is what I call the Great Detachment. This is the sudden, sometimes unsettling loss of interest in goals or identities you used to care deeply about. The promotion that once felt essential suddenly feels empty. The business you worked so hard to build now feels more like a limitation. The relationship you've tried to sustain begins to feel draining. From the outside, it can look like burnout or confusion. You might even judge yourself for it, wondering what went wrong. But nothing is wrong. This detachment is not apathy, it's alignment. It is the gentle unwinding of your energy from a timeline that no longer fits you. Those old goals belong to the person you used to be. Your future self has already absorbed the lessons they represented. As their frequency begins to echo backward through your awareness, it naturally cancels out the emotional charge of the old timeline. The static fades, and what once felt meaningful simply loses its grip. Imagine someone who spent 15 years climbing the ladder in corporate law. Her identity was built around ambition, success, and recognition. Then one day, sitting in a meeting she once dreamed of, she feels nothing, only a quiet emptiness. This change frightens her. She thinks she's losing her drive, but what's truly happening is that her future self, a woman living by the sea, crafting pottery and creating beauty, has begun to resonate so strongly that the old timeline simply can't compete. Her detachment isn't a collapse, it's a redirection. It's the space-making that allows her real path to emerge. That is the great detachment, the gentle clearing for what's next. The second quantum echo is nostalgia for the future. This feels softer, more subtle, but profoundly moving. It's the tender ache for a place you've never been, or a version of yourself you've never met. A piece of music may make you cry for reasons you can't explain. A certain kind of light or landscape might stir a sense of longing for a life you've never lived. It feels like homesickness for something unknown. This isn't fantasy. It's resonance. It's your body recognizing the emotional memory of your future self. In the block universe model, all moments exist at once. Your future self is not a hypothetical version of you. They are a real being living a real life. And as your alignment strengthens, their memories begin to filter through as gentle waves of emotion. Think of an architect living in a busy city. He is successful and respected. But lately, small things trigger unexpected, almost painful feelings, like the smell of wood or the image of a rugged coastline. He doesn't understand it. He thinks he's being dramatic. But what he's feeling are emotional imprints from his future self, a master boat builder living by the sea, creating with his hands and finding deep fulfillment. The longing isn't escapism, it's memory. It's the emotional map guiding him home. If you felt this mysterious ache for a life you've never lived, you're not imagining it. You're remembering what is waiting for you. The third quantum echo is the system reset. This one is more intense and often the hardest to understand. It arrives as sudden external upheaval, jobs ending, relationships transforming, living situations shifting. It can feel like everything is falling apart at once. It can be frightening, destabilizing, even heartbreaking. But this is not punishment. It is the clearing of an old structure that cannot support who you are becoming. Your previous reality was built to hold the frequency of your old self, but your new reality requires a different foundation. Anything out of alignment begins to dissolve, not because you've failed, but because it can't travel with you. Imagine someone with a steady job and a stable but uninspired marriage. She dreams of being a healer but keeps that part of herself small. Then, in a short span of time, her job ends and her marriage dissolves. It feels devastating, but from her future perspective, as a beloved spiritual teacher living her purpose, this dismantling is the necessary first step. It is not destruction, it is preparation. The system reset breaks the structures that cannot sustain your higher timeline, so that the new can finally take form. That job had been holding her in a reality of limitation. That relationship reflected a part of herself she was ready to outgrow. The system reset, as difficult as it felt, was actually an act of profound grace. It created the space she needed to step out of the old patterns and gently make room for something new. The collapse was not the end, it was the beginning of her true path. Do you see the pattern now? These events were not random or unfortunate. They were part of an intelligent sequence, guided by the movement of your own consciousness across time. The Great Detachment creates the space to release what no longer serves you. The nostalgia for the future provides the new blueprint, filling that space with the emotional essence of your true home. And the system reset clears the old structures, preparing a clean, solid foundation for your new reality. Look back at your own life, the losses, the confusion, the strange longings. See them now not as failures, but as evidence of your own becoming. This has been happening for you. Your future self has been guiding you, preparing you, clearing the path. The evidence has always been there. The shift is not somewhere ahead. You've been living within it all along. You just needed the key to recognize it, and now you have it. Now it is time to feel it, to step fully into the bridge you already are. The intellectual understanding is complete. The emotional embodiment begins here. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed for a few minutes. Sit comfortably or lie down. Allow your body to be fully supported. Let go of the need to hold yourself up. Close your eyes gently. Begin by arriving fully in this moment. Not the moment that just passed, not the one ahead, but this one. The singular, perfect point in time where the signal has finally been received. Take a deep, conscious breath in, filling your lungs completely. Feel the air like a gentle, nourishing light. And as you exhale, release everything that does not belong here. Doubt, fatigue, the story of waiting. Let it soften and dissolve. Again, take a slow, deep breath, drawing in the calm, the knowing, the sense that you are on the cusp of a deep remembering. Exhale fully, letting your shoulders drop, your jaw soften, the tension in your forehead melt away. Feel the weight of your body grounded, supported by the surface beneath you. Notice the steady pull of gravity, a quiet reassurance anchoring you in the present. Bring your awareness to your feet. Thank them for carrying you this far. Move your attention to your legs, the pillars of your strength. Bring your focus upward to your torso, the center of your being, and into your arms and hands, the instruments through which you will shape this new reality. Finally, rest your attention in your heart space. Here, in the center of your chest, is the origin point of the bridge. Before building it, honor the self that has brought you here. The self that navigated confusion, endured the dark nights, and held on to hope even when it seemed faint. This self is not to be discarded. It is the foundation upon which your future is built. Feel gratitude, respect, and deep love for this part of you that held the space for this shift. You did it. You are here. From this grounded, loving place, gently shift your awareness outward toward the horizon of your inner consciousness. Sense a presence, not as a visual image, but as a feeling, a subtle energetic signature. Perhaps a warmth at the edge of perception, a gentle magnetic pull, or a distant, familiar melody you almost remember. This is the feeling of ultimate peace, certainty, and unconditional fulfillment. This is the essence of your future self, existing not in a distant time, but in a different vibrational space, a different here. It is the version of you that has integrated every lesson, navigated every challenge, and now lives in the reality you have been dreaming of. It is not separate from you. It is the destination you are already arriving at. Feel its presence, steady and patient, welcoming you home. Feel the gentle, unwavering love of your future self. Notice its patience, its quiet presence. It has been waiting for this connection, for this very moment of alignment. There is no judgment here, only pride, compassion, and a calm, silent affirmation. You made it. We are here. Allow yourself to rest in this feeling. This is your true north. This is your resonant frequency. Bring your awareness back to your heart center. Feel your own presence here and now, and sense the presence of your future self on the horizon of your awareness. Between these 2 points exists a space of possibility, a quantum potential. Together, you are about to make that potential tangible. From your heart, feel a gentle energy begin to gather, a point of soft, radiant light. With your intention, allow this light to expand outward, bridging the space between you and your future self. This is not about effort, it is an act of allowance. You are simply remembering how to connect. Feel this beam of light stretching and solidifying into a luminous bridge, a bridge made of your own consciousness. It shimmers with your potential, your wisdom, your strength. It is steady. It is secure. It is real. This is the future self-alignment bridge, and you are standing at its entrance. Take a gentle step forward. As your foot meets the surface of the bridge, feel a soft shift in your being, a lightness, a quiet relief. You are stepping out of the dense energy of the old timeline and into the open, high-frequency pathway of your aligned reality. The air here feels different. It carries possibility, ease, and clarity. Take another step. With it, a wave of clarity begins to wash over you. Mental fog softens, loops of worry and overthinking quiet. Another step and a deep-seated sense of unworthiness begins to release. It was never truly yours. It was a pattern from the old timeline. Feel it drifting away effortlessly. With each step, you move toward your future self, and your future self moves toward you. The distance between you softens. Walk at your own pace. With each step, old limitations dissolve, forgotten strengths return. You are becoming more yourself with every movement. You are shedding the weight of the past and letting go of anxiety about the future. You are walking fully in the empowered, present moment on a bridge you have created. You are halfway across now. The presence of your future self feels nearer, warmer, more comforting. The magnetic pull of this energy draws you home. Feel its gentle radiance on your skin, its calming effect on your nervous system. Take another step. And now, one final step brings you to the center of the bridge, face to face with the energy of your highest self. Here, the two presences merge. It is not a clash, it is a gentle integration. Feel your present awareness blending with your future fulfilled self. Sense the long-lost parts of your soul reconnecting, a resonance flowing through every cell in your body. You are not meeting someone new, you are remembering yourself in fullness. Receive this activation. It may feel like profound peace, calm sovereignty, deep creative joy, or complete safety. Let it flow through every atom, every cell, every strand of your being. Allow it to recalibrate you to the frequency of your new timeline. This is your confirmation. This is the embodied knowing. The shift is real, it is here, and it is complete. Stay here for a few moments, breathing in this feeling, becoming it. This is your new home, your new baseline. When you are ready, gently begin to return your awareness to your body. Feel the bridge retracting softly into your heart center, integrating with you. Notice the weight of your body, the sounds around you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Keep your eyes closed a little longer. Place one or both hands over your heart. Anchor this feeling in your body. Press it into your memory. This feeling is no longer something to chase. It is who you are. It is the frequency from which you now live. As you return fully to the present, notice the core feeling, the energetic signature your future self has gifted you. Let it settle into you as your compass, your guide, your quiet home. Let that one word be your gentle compass from this moment forward. When you are ready, and only when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. The meditation is complete, but the integration is just beginning. You are now a living bridge to your highest timeline. The energetic download you received is not fleeting. It is a lasting upgrade. You are no longer running the old programming of trying and waiting. You are now operating on the clear, coherent, and deeply aligned system of your future self. Like any new system, it comes with guidance, not more tasks to add to your to-do list, and not techniques of effort. These are protocols of being, simple ways to live from the certainty that is already held in your cells. This is how you move through life from your future self's perspective. The first tool is the most fundamental. It will become your navigation system. We call it the future self filter. This tool gently replaces anxious overthinking, the endless weighing of pros and cons, and the confusion of the logical mind. Its purpose is to make every choice, from the monumental to the mundane, an act of alignment. It works on the simple principle of resonance. Your future self exists as a vibrational reality. Every choice you make either resonates with that frequency, strengthening your bridge, or creates a subtle dissonance, weakening it. The future self filter helps you feel the difference instantly. Here, how to use it. When faced with any choice, what to eat, a conversation to have, a career path, you pause for a moment. Close your eyes gently for just a few seconds. Take a deep, grounding breath and place your hand over your heart. Reconnect with that core feeling, that energy signature you received on the bridge, the feeling of peace, wholeness, love, and quiet certainty. That is your true north. Present the first option to your inner self. For example, I accept the secure corporate job. Pause and feel. Does your heart expand, brighten, or hum with recognition? Or does it feel a little tight, small, or heavy? Notice without judgment. Now present the second option. I dedicate the next 6 months to my soul's creative project. Again, pause and feel. Does your energy bloom, resonate, and relax with a sense of homecoming? Even if your mind protests or feels anxious, trust the quiet hum of your core. That is your future self speaking. That is the resonance of your new timeline. Apply this gently. In your career, you may choose between security and fulfillment. The mind may push for the safe path, but your filter may reveal that the secure choice dims your inner light. The choice aligned with your future self feels expansive, calm, and welcoming. In relationships, you might weigh staying in comfort versus stepping into growth. Your mind may offer reasons to stay, but your heart knows the truth. The aligned choice feels freeing, expansive, and comforting in your core. A common mistake is mistaking the loud, anxious rush of excitement for true resonance. Egoic excitement is often frantic, demanding, or based in lack. True resonance is quiet, steady, calm. It feels like coming home, like remembering a truth that has always been yours. Learn to notice the difference. The future self filter is a lifelong tool, guiding you to make choices from alignment with your future reality rather than past conditioning. The second tool is your morning practice. It takes just 5 minutes and will softly reshape your perception of time and creation. We call this practice retrocausal anchoring. In the old model of manifestation, we often tried to visualize a future we wanted, generate the feeling of it, and hope it would come to us. It was an effortful, striving process. Retrocausal anchoring works differently. It is not about trying to create, it is about remembering. It is based on the principle of retrocausality, the understanding that future events can influence the present. Your future self, living fully in their completed reality, is gently sending signals backward through time. This practice helps you tune in and receive that signal. Each morning, before doing anything else, take just 5 minutes for yourself. You will not visualize goals or list desires. Instead, you will connect to your future self and invite the memory of a success that has already been completed for them. Perhaps it is the feeling of financial ease and security. You won't focus on the money itself. You will feel the calm, profound peace that your future self experiences every day. It feels settled, certain, and complete, not like a wish. Perhaps your goal is radiant health. You won't imagine yourself running a marathon. You will feel the memory of waking with effortless energy, a body in balance, cells singing with vitality. This is your future self sending you a memory, a gentle reminder of what is already yours. For these 5 minutes, allow yourself to marinate in this feeling, this done deal. By doing so, you send a clear, powerful signal into the field. This is not something I hope for. It is something I am. This is not a future I am chasing. It is a past I am remembering. The signal travels backward from your future, aligning the people, opportunities, and synchronicities in your present with that already accomplished reality. You are not trying to cause an effect. You are tuning into an effect that has already been created. A common challenge is trying to force the feeling or figuring out the details of how it will happen. That is your ego trying to hold control. The true power of retrocausal anchoring is in gentle surrender. You don't need to know how, it is already done. Your role is simply to be a receptive vessel, allowing the feeling of the memory to wash over you. It should feel gentle, calm, and relieving. Relax. Let it come naturally. You are remembering your own victory. The third tool is your master key for dissolving any lingering resistance. This is what you use when echoes of the old timeline arise. Self-doubt, fear, limiting beliefs, or challenging people or situations. We call this the neutrality protocol. This practice is rooted in the understanding from quantum physics that observation changes what is observed. The old paradigm taught us to fight, resist, or fix our fears and shadows, but fighting only gives them energy. The neutrality protocol works differently. It simply withholds your emotional fuel. When an old pattern emerges, notice it with kindness. See it clearly. Label it as what it is, a residue, a ghost, an echo of a timeline that no longer serves you. You might say to yourself, I see you, echo of unworthiness. You are a memory from an old operating system. Then gently apply a field of neutrality. Do not engage, argue, or try to fix it. Most importantly, do not judge yourself for noticing it. Simply observe with the calm curiosity of a scientist watching a phenomenon. Give it no energy, no fear, no frustration, only neutral awareness. When you do this, something subtle but profound happens. Patterns that are not nourished with emotional energy begin to dissolve. Like a phantom that relies on belief to appear solid, they gently fade away. By observing with neutrality, you are acknowledging their unreality, and they slowly release their grip on your mind and body. This is the master tool. It allows you to stop struggling with a war that has already ended. The old timeline is finished. You are simply clearing the last traces of dust with ease and gentleness. One common misstep with the neutrality protocol is pretending to be neutral while underneath, judgment or fear is still simmering. That's just the old way trying to hold on. It doesn't work. True neutrality is gentler. It's a compassionate detachment, a loving acknowledgement that this echo is not you and it has no real power over you. It's not about being cold or unfeeling. It's about being so anchored in the truth of your new reality that the old illusions naturally have no place to land. So here is your new operating system, the future self-filter for your choices, retrocausal anchoring for your direction, and the neutrality protocol for your inner clarity. This isn't more work. Can you feel the relief in that? This is a system designed for ease, flow, and resonance, not struggle, effort, or force. It is the operating system of someone who knows the end result is already certain. Now it's time to gently embody this new way of being. Which of these tools will you explore for the next 7 days? The filter, the anchoring, or the protocol? The moment you decide, you send a signal forward and backward in time, anchoring this new reality. Take a breath and let yourself feel it. The choice is made, the bridge has been walked. You have the tools, the operating system, and the quiet knowing within your cells that shifts you from seeker to someone living in alignment. You are no longer waiting for a shift, you are the shift. Let that truth settle in. The person who started this journey an hour ago, scanning the horizon for a sign, is not who you are now. You are the sign. Your presence, aligned with your highest timeline, is a living, breathing confirmation that the future is already here. Let that sink gently into every cell of your body. This is not a temporary high. It is your new energetic home, the baseline from which you will now move through life. And yet this profound personal victory is just the beginning. Building your personal bridge was the most important step, but it was step one. This journey is never only about personal evolution. Aligning your life, finding peace, manifesting your desires, it's part of it, yes, but there's a larger ripple. Think of a tuning fork. When it vibrates at its perfect pitch, it causes other tuning forks nearby to resonate. Think of a light switched on in a dark room. It illuminates not just itself, but provides a reference point for everything around it. Your future self-alignment bridge is like that. A stable, luminous node, a gentle lighthouse. Now that it's active and steady, it sends out a coherent frequency, a signal of wholeness and presence, and it is being felt. Imagine your bridge, a radiant path of light connecting your present self to your future self. And now imagine another just over the horizon lighting up, and another, and another. Across the world, individuals who have received their own quiet signal are activating their bridges. These moments are not separate. They are part of a larger, coordinated awakening, a subtle network of light and conscious presence. Your personal bridge is one essential node in this global grid. The purpose of your alignment is never just to save yourself. It is to anchor a new possibility for everyone. The same principle that allows your future self to communicate with you across time is the principle that connects your energy to everyone and everything, instantly and beyond the usual limits of space. It's a strange, beautiful phenomenon, so counterintuitive that Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Formally, it's known as quantum entanglement. The idea is simple. When two quantum particles become entangled, they form an unbreakable bond. Measuring one instantly informs you about the other, no matter the distance. Information travels not through space, but through the connection itself. The link is already there. It is non-local, immediate, and real. Now ask yourself a quiet but revolutionary question. What if consciousness, too, is entangled? What if your soul is linked, deeply, invisibly, with the souls of your family, your ancestors, and even the children who may one day arrive? What if your alignment isn't only a personal shift, but a ripple that moves instantly through every life connected to yours? What if the moment you stepped onto that bridge and merged with your future self, a subtle upgrade was sent through every soul in your energetic family, past, present, and future? This is the key that moves us from individual transformation to collective evolution. It is how we consciously participate in shaping a new timeline, not just for ourselves, but for humanity. You've built your personal bridge. You've stabilized your own frequency. Next, we'll explore how these personal bridges link together to create a planetary network of coherence. Our upcoming deep dive, Quantum Entanglement Explained, unfolds the science and the spirituality behind this profound connection. Why your healing can echo backward through your lineage and forward into your future, dissolving patterns that were never yours to hold. And after that, we'll go even deeper. We'll explore the mechanism behind those meaningful coincidences you felt, those chance encounters, perfectly timed conversations, and gentle nudges from the universe. The next chapter, Synchronicity is Simpler Than You Think, will show you how synchronicity isn't something to wait for. It's something you create through your own coherence, turning your path into a natural flow of aligned moments and effortless manifestations. Remember where you were just an hour ago. The weariness, the spiritual tiredness, the feeling of always being so close but never quite arriving. Remember the quiet worry that perhaps you were missing something or doing something wrong. Take a slow breath in and acknowledge that memory. Then let it go, with ease, with softness. It's simply an echo from a timeline you no longer inhabit. You have shifted. You are now a bridge, not only for your own becoming, but for the world around you. A channel for a future that is no longer distant, but already beginning to unfold in the present moment. Live from that truth. Choose from that truth. Your alignment matters more than you know. It brings clarity, steadiness, and coherence to a world hungry for exactly that kind of presence. The striving is over. Now comes the being.